Let's start from the beginning, that being 1942.
41.
Pardon me?
The decision to start the project was in 1941, December 6th specifically, before Pearl Harbor. I was brought to the lab in September when the decision was still being made.
So you had no knowledge of the weapon and its intentions?
Oh no, I knew full well what the project was and what it was going to be used for.
Then they gave you some incentive. Maybe they helped you at Los Alamos?
Oh yes, they were very, very accommodating people, lovely people. In the later days of the project, I would take my son Peter to the nursery school on campus. They took care of him and me.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Oppenheimer, but could we get back to the project and how you came about working on it?
Alright, well, it started one day when a man came to me. I was a professor at Berkeley. We were summoned to Los Alamos to oversee the plan for the project. We had no idea what was in store. They had plans for a great weapon, one to end wars. What exactly is this project, and why am I necessary for it?
That is none of your concern. All you need to know is it will be a weapon of mass scale, and we need your expertise in physics to make this weapon possible.
Well, what kind of weapon?
We are attempting to harness the power of nuclear fission to make a weapon capable of ending wars before they are even started.
That kind of power. In the wrong hands, it could destroy the world. We would be handing the world the key to its own destruction.
Well, in the right hands, it wouldn't be a problem.
The right hands? Who are we to determine whose are the right hands? Humanity will do evil no matter who's in charge. In the end, humanity will always make the wrong choices. And so, I thought it over. And when I was ready, I accepted the project. Mr. Groves, I've thought over your proposition. It seems in the best interest of everyone that I continue with the project and give you the weapon.
Good. The laboratory is waiting. Oh, and Mr. Oppenheimer, be careful. This project is of the utmost importance to the President. If anything goes wrong...
I can assure you nothing will go wrong. Now I'll need to return to Berkeley to work out some of the math behind what it is we're trying to accomplish. I'll phone you when I figure it out.
Very well. Oppenheimer, you have 1 week. Here, this might help your research.
What did you want me to see, Groves? What did you need me to see? Of course. I was using the wrong numbers in the decay algorithm. Mr. Groves? Yes, I found the solution. I'll be at Los Alamos tonight.
Good, Oppenheimer. I'll be waiting.
We arrived in Los Alamos early in the morning to discuss the plan. As far as we knew, they wanted us to build a deterrent, not a weapon. However, as I would later find out, I couldn't have been more wrong. The problems were just beginning. And I was in for a world of hurt. I didn't know yet, but I had begun something that would change the course of warfare forever. The bomb was a ginormous obstacle to overcome. The production, that is. Before I entered the project, Fermi was struggling to figure out a successful test of the implosion method. Before I knew it, I was the one working on bringing these monstrous machines to life. The gun method, as it was named, was a method of firing the missile at artillery speeds in order to not detonate prematurely. It couldn't be controlled. The implosion method was more like a grenade. We release it and a self-timer starts. And when it nears the ground, the high explosives surrounding the uranium make it implode and reach critical mass. It's really quite genius. Groves was against testing. He said the uranium was too expensive. I say otherwise. We have to test it. Otherwise, we risk the lives of our pilots or risk unnecessary deaths. That's the last thing I want. Many a Prometheus have tried to climb Mount Olympus on their own. Many have tried, many have failed. Today will be the day we not only climb Mount Olympus, but conquer it.
We are now at T-minus 20 minutes. All personnel clear the field. T-minus 2 minutes. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it worked. And on July 16th, 1945, I detonated the first nuclear bomb.
I'll never forget his walk. I'll never forget the way he stepped out of the car. His walk was like high noon, that kind of strut. He had done it. Oppie had made the weapon to end all weapons, and it had worked. He changed from that day forward. He was more confident, more relaxed. He stepped out of the car, and it was like nobody else existed. He was the man who had done the impossible. Prometheus had climbed Mount Olympus and claimed it for his own.
So the quantum relations are... 1 second. Oppenheimer speaking. Who is it?
It worked, Oppenheimer. It worked.
And how many dead?
Estimated 70,000 dead. Oppie, you okay?
Yes. Thank you, General. I will tell the team. It worked. The bomb successfully detonated in Hiroshima earlier this morning.
It worked? This is great!
No, it isn't. Don't you see what we've done?
But Oppie, wasn't this your dream?
Dream? Dream? This isn't a dream. It's a nightmare that I can't wake up from. There seem to be two great views among scientists. There would be others if people knew about it. On the one hand, they hoped that this instrument would never be used in war, and therefore they hoped that we would not start out by using it. On the other hand, they hoped that it would put an end to this war, save countless lives, put an end to the butchery that had been going on for so many years, and has been marked by atrocities, concentration camps, murderous raids on cities, Rotterdam and Dresden, even Tokyo itself. And on the whole, we were inclined to think if it was necessary to put an end to the war and had a chance of doing so, we thought that was the right thing to do. We knew the world would not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita, when Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince to do his duty and to impress him. He took on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that one way or another.
That is none of your concern. All you need to know is it will be a weapon of mass scale. And when